Hi, have you ever had dreams of someone visiting you during dream time? Well, I'm Dr. Laura Grace, and I'm back to share with you all things relatable to dream time to help you make sense of your dreams. And so they're relatable to every single area of your waking life. And today we're talking about visitation dreams. Actually, this is a two-parter. Visitation dreams are when somebody that you care about deeply and someone that cares deeply about you shows up to either give you a message or to reassure or comfort you. And in today's video, we're going to cover dreams about messages. And again, most of the time when somebody shows up to give you a message, it can either be a message for you, obviously, the dreamer, or it can be a message for someone that you care about in your life, but maybe they're not quite as an avid dreamer as you are. And so the message is coming to you from someone that cares about you and cares about the person in your life because you are an avid dreamer, you have decent dream recall, you work with your dreams, so that person's bringing the message to you. And again, this is somebody that sometimes it's somebody who's deceased, someone who's already passed on, again, that cares deeply about you, but not always. They're not always deceased. It could be somebody that you don't even know, but you're connected to in some way, shape, or form, which we'll get into because I'm going to share a dream that I had just a couple weeks ago about receiving a message. Now, when we have message dreams, the message is often conveyed to us telepathically. These are called dream telepathy. And really, when you think about it, when we're in dream time, it's very easy for us to telepathically receive information from somebody else. And it happens much more than we're aware of. And Sigmund Freud was the first one to really coin that term, dream telepathy. And he wrote about it in The Uncanny and the Occult. And so he brought into our awareness as a culture, into the collective conscious and unconscious, how we can communicate with people telepathically. And I've had, numerous people, students from years and years of teaching dream workshops, conferences, webinars, share with me of when somebody that they care about has shown up during dream time to give them a message. Now, usually these dreams are messages, receiving messages are very helpful. And that's what I'm going to hone in today. I'm going to cover message dreams. And in the next video, which will be about a week from now, I'll be getting into reassurance dreams, comfort dreams. Those are dreams when somebody comes to you that, again, cares about you very much and that you love, is providing some kind of support because you're going through some kind of change or maybe ending or loss or grief in your life. But what we're going to hone in today are message dreams. And again, they're usually extremely helpful if we pay attention to them. They can usually, be very helpful and positive, but sometimes message dreams come to us to warn us about an upcoming or an illness that's manifesting in our bodies, or something that might happen to somebody that we care about. Let me give you an example. Years and years ago, I was teaching a dream workshop in San Luis Obispo, California. And there was a woman in the workshop, and she was carrying, it felt like some heavy emotional energy to me. And come to find out, as we were working our way through message dreams, toward the end of that segment of the workshop, she shared that many years ago, she had had a dream about her brother, where somebody had come to her and given her a message where her brother was going to experience a car accident and it was going to die. Now, you can imagine how upsetting it would be to receive a dream like this. But this woman was highly intuitive and she took her dream seriously. The problem was, understandably, she couldn't decide how to convey this message dream to her brother. She didn't want to panic him. She knew sometimes she had dreams that were just fear-based, and they weren't really a message dream per se. They were just dreams about her fears. And we all have those dreams from time to time. Because dream time, the unconscious is trying to help you work through anxiety and through fears. And so sometimes you'll have dreams that are just purely helping you sort through the fear. But this dream was different. This was a message dream, and message dreams in that they're very clear. They're different than just a dream about fears, about some fears that you're experiencing, some anxiety, some concerns that you might be having, because these dreams appear to take place in real time. It's like the message and the person giving the message will show up in your life exactly as it is. It's more of a simplified dream in that there's not a lot of symbols or metaphors showing up. It's clearly just about the message. All right. And so in this dream, a message was given to her about her brother having this accident. So she sat with this dream and she journaled about this dream, and she asked for guides about how to move forward with this information. And so what she did was the next day, she conveyed to her brother as calmly as she could that she had had this dream. And she just said, you know, do with it what you will, but be careful, because this is what the dream told her. And in this dream, the message was very specific. It actually showed her, not just her brother and the car that he was in. Well, this dream was about him having a car accident, right? So it showed her the road in which her brother would be on that he would have the accident, the actual curve in the road of where this accident would take place. It actually showed her the time of day in which this accident was going to take place. And again, I'm not sharing this with you to freak you out, but there are messages that we do receive that are quite literal. It doesn't happen very often. Anyway, she conveyed the dream to her brother. He blew it off. He didn't really take it seriously, and he kind of chalked it up to her being overreactive to dreams that he thought were silly. To make a long story short, he had the accident, he died. So she carried this tremendous guilt for years and pain that she maybe didn't convey the dream seriously enough. She somehow felt responsible for her brother's death, that she could have stopped it. And the bottom line is we have free will, and we can only share information with people that comes to us, whether it's an intuitive sign that you have, or it's a dream that you have, or whatever it is. And then people have free will, so they're going to do with the information that we give them what they want. Right? I go through this all the time in counseling. I provide Jungian counseling to people, and I'm very highly intuitive, and I get information that comes during our sessions, and I can only share what comes up, and then they do with it what they want. So what we did with this woman, as I worked with her outside of the dream workshop and processing her grief, to understand that there's all she could do is what she did, was share the information, right? Now, that's a very unique circumstance. Usually when somebody comes to you with a message, it's positive. It's helpful, it's beneficial, it's uplifting. And it comes to you when you're going through a time where either you're going through some kind of change and or you're asking for guidance about this chapter of your life, and you're looking for information from your dreams, because dreams will readily, the unconscious, the soul, this is the language of your soul, right, coming through dream time, will gladly give you information that will help you. All you have to do is ask, and then get quiet enough to be receptive to what comes through dream time and to act on what comes up in dreams. That means recording the dream, journaling, putting it on, voice recorder, whatever way you need to get that dream down so you have it. Because remember, we've talked about this. You only have about 90 seconds really to get that dream down, to really download it as it's been uploaded before you're going to forget that dream. So you want to get it down as quickly as you can. So what I want to share with you is exactly how this happened for me a couple of weeks ago. I'm going through a chapter in my life where I'm asking for guidance. I'm doing a lot of inner reflection right now. I'm in a new decade of my life. I'm going through inner reflection. There are changes happening within me. There's changes that are happening externally in my life. And so right now I feel like I'm in this period of really wanting to be receptive to any guidance I can glean from my dream time. And so I had begun reading a book from a woman who's an intuitive. Her name's Sonia Choquette, and she's been around a long time, like 40 years of offering her talents and wisdom as an intuitive. And I think she's written like 27 books. And I had picked up, I have a Kindle and I had an e-reader, and I had just downloaded that night a sample of one of her more recent books. I hadn't read the ones that she'd been writing for a long time, but I knew of this woman. And I knew a couple of people that had been related to this woman. But anyway, I downloaded this sample. I've been asking for guidance, and lo and behold, that night, an image of Sonia's face shows up in dream time, and she's surrounded in this white light. And I had been feeling somewhat blocked about this path that I'm on and some steps that I should take. You know, within this experience I'm going through this year of wanting to get more clarity on this chapter. So she showed up, and she telepathically, now this is very common. It's rare for someone to show up in your dreams and verbally say, this is what you need to do. Usually it's a telepathic conversation that you have between yourself and the person showing up. And so Sonia showed up, and she acknowledged telepathically that I was having a difficult time finding and hearing the guidance that I was seeking. And so telepathically, she said, look for the clues in your life. And as soon as she said that in dream time, this like treasure map manifested in my dream. It was a big map, and it was kind of antique looking colored map, you know, like kind of like those treasure maps that you see in movies that go, you know, way, way back. Kind of maps that you would find in a bottle, right, in the ocean. And it was laid out in front of me, and it had my life, this journey of my life that was showing up on this map and going all the way back to childhood. And although I couldn't read the map clearly, I noticed that along this journey of my life, you know, the hills and the valleys and the twists and the turns that we go through, walking this planet as a human being, experiencing life, as it were, I saw there were certain experiences on this map that were highlighted. They were just highlighted. And as she's telepathically communicating to me, she's saying, notice those parts on the map, because those are the clues from the past that are showing you where to go next. Not that I need to repeat the past, but those experiences are the ones that invited me to do some dream inquiry around. And this is a process that I teach people that I work with. And it was asking me to look at the places on this map. It was asking me, what in the past has fed my soul? What has nourished my soul? What has brought my soul to life? What has energized me? What has made me feel really alive and excited about being here? What gives me strength? What lifts me up? What makes me feel really inspired? What consumes my attention? What brings out the best in me? And, you know, what part of my soul is it that I want to feed at this point in my life? So these probes came about as a result of this message that was being brought to me in the form of Sonia Choquette. So this is how powerful your dreams are. Your dreams are always wanting to bring aliveness to your soul's journey, to your soul's growth. We're not here just to get by. We're here to thrive. We're here to be alive. And yes, we're going to experience pain. That doesn't mean we have to suffer. Yes, we're going to experience loss. That doesn't mean we have to suffer and struggle throughout our life. It's about moving through the pain and not resisting it. And so dream time's always trying to help you deal with the barriers, the obstacles, the fears, the anxiety, the pain, the grief that is blocking you from really being clearly in touch with your soul and what it wants right now. So I want you, if you've had a message dream of any kind, and sometimes message dreams show up just as maybe a book, and it's highlighting a passage. And there are dream experts that will say, well, it's impossible to read anything in a dream. And my answer to that is no, it's not. I have received messages that have been written out on a board that I've seen during dream time. I have received songs that have been written out, lyrics during dream time that I've been able to read. I have received poetry during dream time. It is possible to read what's been given to you in written form in a dream. It's easier to receive it telepathically, as I did, as Sonia, a form of Sonia Choquette's soul showed up in dream time and connected with my soul. But nevertheless, these message dreams are very, very powerful. Do not ignore them. If you need help processing them, then work with somebody who really understands dream. I provide dream inquiry. You can get more information at www.lauragrace.net. On my website, you'll see a tab. This is dream inquiry. Tells you about the process. I can work with you, but there are many, many dream teachers out there who've been working with dreams for a long time that can also help you. It's just you finding the right person. Like a good therapist, you got to find the right person to work with. All right. So if this video has been helpful, stay tuned for part 2 on reassurance dreams. Those are very powerful and moving dreams as well. And please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to get videos as soon as they come out, and I'm creating them regularly. And share this information with others who you think it might be helpful with. All right, so on that note, I want to sign off and say namaste, and I will see you next time.